Hey, sweet friends, it's me again. It's Lori. I hope you all are having a wonderful holiday weekend. We're coming up on the 4th of July, and I know a lot of you have some big plans and some not so much. I think we're probably going to have some quiet plans. I am trying to talk my husband into going to the river to watch the fireworks, but he doesn't want to. I don't like crowds either, and I don't know if he's going to want to deal with the crowds and my complaining about the crowds. I go, but I complain about it. I know that's not very good, but anyhow, so, but yeah, we haven't got any spectacular plans. I think we're just probably going to stay home, maybe swim. Maybe I can talk him into cooking out some stuff on the grill, making a little small barbecue for us. But I wanted to hop on here. Obviously today, you guys are seeing this is on Wednesday. It's Christ Life Chronicles Wednesday. So we get to talk about the Lord, my favorite subject. But I just noticed some of my granddaughter's stuff had got blown off I have to pick that up. Anyways, squirrel. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and kind of, see where you guys are at. I heard something this morning that kind of struck my fancy. I heard it was just a brief second of something about time, and it made me start thinking about how I spend my time, what I invest my time in, because as we all know, our time is the most valuable thing we own because we can never get it back. What we spend it on can either be frivolous or it can bring life into, life or death. I think that's the key ingredient. It either brings life in your life or it brings death into your life. And what I mean by death is just like frivolous, like you spend your time doing nothing and then you have a whole day that you wasted doing nothing that was value to you or to God, and I'm one of those people. I tend to couch rot sometimes. I don't mean to. I get overwhelmed by life sometimes. And when I get overwhelmed, I get paralyzed. And I don't know what to do. Lord is teaching me to start little. And I think that's the key ingredient is if I just do something, no matter what it is that's productive, to myself, then I feel better at the end of the day. And the main thing that's productive for me that I feel like when I spend my time with the Lord, obviously giving our time to Him is what He wants the most of, because it is our most valuable possession is our time, and giving that to Him is like a beautiful smell in His nose. It's what He wants with us is our time. So that's kind of the top priority. And even with that, sometimes I get very overwhelmed because I'll get up late or I'll have a bad night because I was hurting and I can't sleep, and I end up on the couch or in the chair going back to bed or tossing and turning, and then I wake up late. Today was one of those late days. I woke up this morning. I could not wake myself up. And I just slept and slept. Now, I probably needed it. But days that I just feel like I can't get enough sleep. And no matter what I do, I just feel like I need to lay down and go back to sleep. And those are the days it's really hard for me to get going and be productive. And when I say be productive, I don't mean you got to get up and get to hit the grind and be doing stuff from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. And if you're not productive, you're lazy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's days that we spend our time better than others. And that's something that I'm trying to work on, is learning how to spend my time on things that breathe life into me. Such as spending time with God, such as taking care of things that cause me anxiety. Like when my house is dirty, it causes me anxiety. And even though I know that, I still some days get overwhelmed and I sit there and I panic and then I get paralyzed and then I just sit there, and because I don't know where to start or what to do, and it's a vicious cycle and I continue to do it. So, and I'm sure I've talked about it before in other videos, but I just know that our time is the most precious thing we have. And what we invested in is very important. And I think the Lord is worthy of investing our time. And therefore, doing God's will is important to invest our time into. You know, I have days where I feel so terrible about myself, or I feel terrible for not being good at something, or not, you know, just being something more than what I am, I guess. Maybe putting expectations on myself. And yes, the last couple of days, I've felt in my heart so much that all I want to do is love on people. I see people and I think, you know, what are they going through? What is their life like? Do they need somebody? You know, you never know what the person standing beside you needs. You know, maybe it's a smile. Maybe it's how are you today? Or maybe it's is there anything I can help you with? You know, or, you know, this world is so cold now. And when people get a glimpse of God in somebody, it changes who they are. Ooh, yeah, we might get a little rain shower. It changes who they are, you know, and you never know what you might say or do that might save somebody's life, might save somebody's salvation or their walk with God, or change how they view the world. I mean, there's so many circumstances that we could make so much better. You know, I try to look at people, even the not so nice people, as people, because even the, okay, for not example, the not so nice people, you know, why are they not so nice? What has happened to them in their life that they feel the need to be so angry at the world? You know what I mean? You know, do they need a smile? Or, and I agree, there's going to be that person that just is beyond help and their hearts are hardened and there's just nothing we can do. Doesn't mean we can't pray for them, you know, even if they're not willing to accept your friendliness or your kindness. But there's a reason why the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control, because they are all, it's all love and self-control. Sandwich all those together. And when you sandwich all those together, they all come out to create this wonderful thing. And, you know, there's a reason why they all begin with love. And there's a reason why it's all ends in self-control. Because in order to love, you have to have self-control. In order to have joy, you have to have self-control. In order to have peace, you have to have self-control. Do you see what I'm saying? And in order to have self-control, you have to love yourself. You have to love others. You have to love God. It all connects. And to just be gentle with people and loving to people provides that peace, provides that love, and is a show of self-control. And so, I don't know, I'm rambling on, but I was just thinking about that today because I heard that about time, and I thought, you know, time is so precious, and I particularly tend to be frivolous with it. And that's scary because I don't have a lot of time left. We never know how much time we have left here, but I don't have much time left here in my mind. Oh, and it could be even shorter than I think. and I don't want to be frivolous with my time. I want to spend it wisely. And part of this triggered me probably because I have to, my son-in-law has picked up another day on his route, his truck route. And so I will be with the Peanut a third day instead of 2 days. I usually watch her on Thursdays and Fridays, and now I'll be watching her on Wednesdays also. And my daughter likes it when I come to her house and watch her because she gets to be there with her, and, you know, because she works from home, but she just can't have her in the midst of while she's working. And she likes for me to watch her in her house while she's there, and which I don't really mind. It's kind of gives me an out, you know, a different scenery and stuff like that. But there are times that I think, man, I wish I could just be home. I could watch her at the house so I could get my laundry done and get things done, watching naps or plays. And so that might be something I may have to start doing, is just bringing her home one of those days and getting things done that I need to do. But, oh, no, the sun's back out, squirrel. But I thought, I really got angry at myself one day because I was sitting there and she was playing on the floor. And I thought, man, you know, I don't know if I should be watching her because I really have things I need to be doing, you know. And I stopped and I was like, what are you saying? I get to spend the most magical time with this little girl. I apologize. I get to spend the most magical time with this little girl who will have memories of that. And I'll have memories of that. And when I'm gone, she'll be able to remember me because she spent time with me, you know. And, you know, that to me is time well spent. The laundry can wait. It will always be there. I will always have laundry. I will always have errands. I will always have a house to clean. But I don't always have the ability. I won't always have that time with her. And right now it's so precious. You know, with my other grandkids, my daughter lived far away, so I didn't get to spend the quality time with them that I would have loved to. They lived up north, and, you know, so I didn't get to, unless I went and physically picked them up and brought them home, you know, I didn't get to spend a ton of time with them like this. And I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to be with the Peanut like I am. And it's almost magical to watch her grow and become herself. You know, it's like seeing my daughter grow up all over again. Sorry, I'm very weepy today. But I guess the point of me hopping on here, not much of a point, but just to let you know to be careful how you spend your time. Spend it on the things that are important, because you don't have a lot of it and you can never get it back. And I know these are all cliche things, but it is very true, because I would rather enjoy the life that God gave me than worry about my house not being clean enough or aesthetic enough, or worry about not getting my errands done, or, you know, yes, they need to be done, but I want to spend my time first with the things that matter the most, and that's God and my family. And so don't beat yourself up if you have the opportunity to spend time with your grandkids or your children or a best friend or your husband or grandparents or your mother or father. You know, I give anything to be able to spend time with my mom and dad again. You know, God gave me opportunity to spend lots of time with them before they left this earth. But it still hurts. And, you know, to be able to spend that time with people that you love, you'll never regret that time. But spending all your time cleaning and working, and, you know, especially those that are workaholics, you know, you guys, I feel bad for you, because you can't take none of that with you. You can't take money with you when you go. And they're not going to remember you for your money. Nobody's going to be saying, man, I sure do miss my grandpa or my dad, because, you know, he was a hard worker and he gave us money. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, man, I wish we had gotten to spend more time with him. He was always at work, or she was always at work. Think about that, because we're not building a castle here on this earth. We're building our homes in heaven. And part of that is loving your family, loving others, being a light in the world. And that's where we need to guide ourselves. So let's do that. Let's be those people that spend their hard-earned, ever so precious, intensely valuable time with doing the things and being with the people we love, because the laundry and our jobs and all that stuff are just survival. That's just the things we do to maintain our lives. But the other things are what makes our lives, what makes our memories, what makes us at peace and happy and whole, you know? So, and then also, I'm going to get off that subject because I don't want to keep crying. Because I've been very, very weepy this morning. Probably because I was late getting up this morning, so I've been very, very weepy. So forgive me. But did all of you read Revelations last week? Did any of you go watch Pastor Philip talk about the end times? Did you? Did you? There'll be a quiz. There'll be a quiz. Anyhow, I read Revelations. It always weirds me out when I read it. I don't know why. I don't understand a lot of it. I would like to do a really deep dive into Revelation study. But the thing is with that book, we don't know enough about what a lot of that means. And all of it's speculation and opinion when you read other people's notes, and it's all speculation. We don't know. So I'm leery of ever, taking man's word, because God has really worked on me about not listening to man's word, not doing devotionals, not reading the commentary in my Bible, not listening to sermons without without my Bible, without making sure that it lines up with the word. I still do it, but not as a replacement for reading my Bible and praying. And so I think that's a big part of what he's teaching me too, is to listen to him and not to men, because it's his word. He knows what it means. He don't need to read it. He's already read it. He already knows what it says, but he wants us to know what it says through him, through what he's speaking to us when we read it. And Revelations is one of those that we're not ready for yet. And glory to God that we won't be here to witness, hopefully. Anyhow, so I'm going to stop rambling. This is just kind of a hodgepodge Wednesday video. I didn't have really anything prepared. I don't really prepare for any of these, so that's kind of silly for me to say. But I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you about how I was feeling about time, because it is very precious, and I have been seeing that more and more over the last month or so, just being with my granddaughter and being with my family and smiling and laughing and doing things that I want to do instead of feeling guilty for doing things I want to do and not doing housework or chores or errands, or because that's what I do. I tend to beat myself up over not doing my chores and doing the things I want to do first. So like today, I want to go swimming, I just want to get in the pool and float around and listen to music and enjoy myself. And part of me feels guilty for that, because I think, oh, well, I've got a ton of laundry in there that needs to be folded. I have a vacuum rug that needs to be vacuumed. I have closets that need to be cleaned out. I have a bedroom that needs to be cleaned and redone. All these things that hang over my head saying, do it, and make me feel guilty for not doing it when I do something that I enjoy or brings me peace. And I want to stop doing that. I just want to live my life, because someday it's not going to be here, And I'm not going to be going, oh man, if I had only folded more laundry, if I had only run all them errands and got them done all at once, if I had only done what everybody else wanted me to do instead of what God says, slow down, take your time, spend your time wisely, because you only have so much to give and then it's gone. It's your most valuable prize. All right. Well, I'm getting a phone call, so okay. Sorry about that. That was my daughter calling. She started her new job today. So anyway, my oldest daughter. Anyway, so I'm going to get off here, leave y'all alone. I don't know what this video is going to look like, but I'm hoping to get my testimony video out next Wednesday. So I'm saying that because I'm trying to hold myself accountable, because it's a hard video to film and I keep saying I'm going to film it. But I kind of want to do it, and I want to do it right, because I want it to glorify the Lord, because that's what it does. My story does. And I don't want to flub it up. And my old lady brain and my country mouth just, doesn't get it right always. So I'm going to leave you all alone. I love you so much for watching. I love you so much for being here. And if you all need prayer or just somebody to talk to, know that I'm here. Put your prayer needs in the comments, or if you don't want to post it on public, you can drop me an email. My email is in the comment or in the description box. So, I'm always here. I'm over on Instagram. You can always DM me over there, and Facebook Messenger as well. I'm on Facebook as well. So I love you all. Remember, live a quiet life, plain, work with your hands, mind your own business, love God and love others, and you'll be okay. I love you all so much. Bye.